So I've got bad news and even worse news. Bad news is Ivan's camera has been giving him trouble, so he's unable to post a video this week. The even worse news is I'm his replacement, so you have to see another review by me. Although this does make things a little less complicated for me, because next week is horror week and I couldn't decide what video to do. So I was going to do a double review next week, but this makes things easier because now I can do one movie this week and the next movie on Monday, my regular day.
I'd appreciate your input.
For this review, I've decided to do the Blair Witch Project. Now before you go, well, Aidan, I've seen that movie, I've heard of that movie. Most of us have heard of this movie, but it's already 10 years old, so remember that. And so a lot of people may not have seen it because they may have been younger when it came out. I truthfully only watched this for the first time yesterday. I've never seen it until yesterday because I got some movies off eBay and this was one of them. So, chill. Not everyone has seen this yet. Also, there's a lot of things that you can talk about this movie. It's a review, so a lot of the time it's going to be a movie you have seen before, so I have a lot of things to say about this one. This is probably one of the scariest and most well-known horror films of the past couple decades at least. The film itself is presented as a documentary of film put together that was recovered about a year after 3 filmmakers went missing in the woods. So the movie itself is about these 3 filmmakers who go throughout the woods and they're trying to do a documentary on the Blair Witch, which is a legend that has been told in the area. And throughout their little documentary, things keep getting weirder and weirder and weirder, and it gets pretty intense and scary for them. And I might say myself, it was pretty intense watching it at times. What I really like about this movie is that the story presents itself extremely well. As you're watching the movie, you feel as though the footage you're seeing is real footage, but of course it's just actors and actresses who have redone this documentary type film. Throughout the movie it has the shaky cam, which is pretty much point of view cameras, so that really adds to it and makes it a lot more intense and makes it a lot scarier for the viewer. If it was just kind of, regular cameras set up in different areas, like usual movies, it really wouldn't have been as intense as the movie is. I really like the way this story progresses because it doesn't seem to drag much. At the beginning it drags a little bit, but then it gets straight to the point and the movie progresses and you really get into the movie, because the movie is only about an hour 22 minutes, 26 minutes, somewhere around there. So it's not too long, it doesn't drag, there's not a whole lot of detail in the movie at the beginning explaining like a lot of movies do. And what I didn't like about the movie, since it's presented in documentary style, so I understand that you're only going to know a certain amount of things, but because it's not real footage, I really wish they had added some details in. I don't want to give too much away, so I'm trying to watch my words carefully. There's just so many parts where I would have loved to know what happened more, what happened to the people, and what's happening, because there's things that are happening to the people, and then it just goes on, it skips to the next day, and it's well, what was that? What happened? So you're really left wondering a lot with this movie, and so I guess that's what they were going for, but I myself, I wasn't really into that. I just wanted to know what was happening, I wanted to know what happened to the people, and stuff like that. So this movie can definitely be considered as a classic. It's amazing. It's already been out for 10 years. It feels like it just came out a couple years ago, but it's awesome. It really gives you that feel that it actually happened and you're watching real footage and that these people are real and not actors and actresses. So you really get into the movie and it really gives you a scare, unless you are the kind of person who just isn't scared by a single thing. But it's not like you're not going to be jumping all over the place, but it's definitely the kind of movie where it's very intense. The review was a little bit sporadic and a little bit rough, but that's just because I just found out a little while ago that Ivan wasn't able to do a review this week, so sorry about that, and I will be back. I'll be back this Monday with Horror Week, the beginning of Horror Week. That's in about 5 days. And then Ivan, I'm assuming he'll be back next Thursday, so for those of you who look forward to his reviews, sorry you'll have to wait another week again to sit through this. But I'll be back this Monday. We're starting Horror Week. The week after that's going to be Halloween week, so we have a lot of horror movies coming. There's only 2 more days this week. Well, 1 more I guess now that I've been watching this one. Manny's tomorrow, and then next week, it's time for the scares.